Welcome to Conversations. My name is Suresh Kochatal. The happenings in Dhaka have just passed by. Sheikh Hasina fled after violent protest that lasted for more than a month, finally forced her to seek refuge in India. And maybe she'll move away from here too. But is Dhaka going to be the last stop? We have seen what happened in Colombo, in Myanmar, in Pakistan, in Maldives, and even in Nepal. One after another, different governments have been brought down by the deep state, which we discussed in an earlier story in SA Media. But the dangerous thing is now coming up. India is the next target. Congress leader Salman Khurshid's statement that what happened in Dhaka could happen in India is a sign of things to come. The opposition parties, which in the past have tried to target the Modi government in its second term with the farm agitation and other violent uprisings, is now planning something different. With the deep state behind them, and of course, media organizations funded by the Chinese and also funded by George Soros, Rahul Gandhi and company are looking to unseat Modi in a non-democratic way. Because they could not defeat him in the elections, the better way is to get after him in a violent manner. The farm agitations almost succeeded in that. But the government was able to nip it in the bud by withdrawing the bill. But that was a mistake which the Modi government did, which has emboldened the opposition. And of course, the players sitting in faraway Canada who funded this agitation. But what is the threat for the Modi government now? Rahul Gandhi and company have been talking about a caste census and insisting that the caste census should be conducted and reservations provided from there on. Even today, the Congress is insisting that the 50% cap on reservations, as mandated by the Supreme Court in the Indira Sawhney judgment, should be taken away. But Rahul Gandhi knows that's not legally possible. But still, he wants to play it to the gallery. What will be done, as we saw in the case of Agniveers turning violent in many parts of the country, can be repeated again. Rahul Gandhi knows that he is peddling a theory that would literally demolish our country. India is a democratic island between all these neighbors. But this is not going to be there for long. Rahul Gandhi is going to insist that they are going to kind of fight for this in a big way. And what and how it happens is a question that we all need to know from here on. Because it's not easy to start a revolution. We saw that in the case of Iran, where the Shah of Iran was thrown out. And later on, we saw what US did in Afghanistan, Iraq, and of course, Iran. Even in Somalia and many other countries, the US tried their best to bring down the governments, and they succeeded. But then they left that country in a mess. Bangladesh is going to be no different. It can be ruled by a banker for the poor, but politics is not that. Politics is beyond it. Running a country is not running a bank. That is for sure. But closer home, Narendra Modi is already facing the headwinds. He knows that he does not have a majority of his own, and he has to depend on two crucial partners, the Janata Dal United and Chandrababu Naidu's Telugu Desam party. Both these parties have been trying to extract the best from the Modi government by way of funds and other benefits. But when push comes to shove, these leaders are also suspect, and they can do anything that will kind of upset the apple cart. So where will it all start from? My hunch is that the Agniveer scheme is going to be played up. And Rahul Gandhi, he already knows that he can actually create chaos by bringing youngsters onto the streets. Something that happened in Dhaka. But then the Indian government is a different cup of tea. In India, our army does not play politics, and it's been proved in the past, unlike our neighbors Pakistan and even Bangladesh. But more importantly, the youngsters who are kind of looking for jobs, who are not employable according to the CIA reports and other reports, will definitely be kind of egged on by Modi to kind of try and find an employment for themselves. A lot of things are being done. Modi appealed to the CIA and other delegations that creating jobs, skilling these youngsters is extremely important. But Rahul Gandhi is not bothered about skilling. He wants power at any cost. Because the people who paid him and who back him want results. They can't keep paying him for long. The agreement with the Chinese Communist Party is one such example. The Open Society Foundation of George Soros is another example. All these people are paid billions to what the powers sitting in 10 Janpath. We saw in the Augusta Westland case where more than $300 million is said to have been paid to various agents in India, of which 300 crores is supposed to have finally reached one family in India. We all know what's happening. We all know what can happen. And Modi is not a kind of a person who will sit back and watch this all happen. He has got Ajit Doval, he's got Amit Shah, he's got a whole retinue of men and women who will fight and who will fight these evil forces. One thing is for sure, the media in our country, especially the leftist media and the JNU types and the Lutyens will all be behind the opposition, trying to create chaos, because we're already seeing that on Twitter, where many Congress handles are openly calling for a violent uprising in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. It's easier said than done. For Indians are not Pakistanis or Bangladeshis. We have seen the dictator in Indira Gandhi and we threw her out. And we know how it functions. We know what democracy is like. We are not the oldest, but of course, the largest democracy in the world. And for sure, Narendra Modi is going to be proactive in this respect. One has to take the bull by its horns or flee like Sheikh Hasina Wajid. Bangladesh had its own shortcomings, lots of them in fact. But India doesn't have all that. We still have a very robust election machinery, a fair one at that. We also have a very good judicial system, which though is overburdened and cranky, but then our democracy is here to stay. Rahul Gandhi and his team might try their best to unseat Narendra Modi in an illegal way. But the citizens of India, the citizens of Bharat, will not allow this to happen. Mark my words. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.